Monday afternoon, it's Dale with you for Steve Wright in the afternoon on Radio 2. And I have had the best morning in many ways because I've been trying to get a good laugh, and it's a long story, but there's a DVD that's just come out, Ricky Gervais, the Ricky Gervais Show, and I was given the DVD, and for some reason I couldn't play it. It was one of those homemade things. So eventually I found it on YouTube, and I have roared with laughter as I sit opposite the three stars, Ricky Gervais, Karl Pilkington and Stephen Merchant. Good afternoon, boys!
Hello.
No, you look worried, Ricky.
Well, there's usually a round of applause when Steve Wright's here, so let's do that again.
You want a round of applause?
Yeah, we'll do it. There's three of us,
Go on,
only
then.
one of you.
All right.
Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Hey! Yes.
Yeah,
I love Steve Wright.
And Dale Winton.
Really?
Thank you.
That was my wolf whistle.
That was, I got one of those, I did. Now listen, it's such a clever idea because you've taken basically chatting.
Yeah, well, that's what we did. It was podcasts. We, myself and Stephen met on a radio station, and then we went and did The Office, and we came back as conquering heroes, and we were way too big to press our own buttons, so we were given a little minion who worked there, Karl Pilkington, and yeah, no offence, and we found out that he saw the world differently to other people, and he said interesting things. I'm being diplomatic. He said moronic things.
Moronic is the word.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He's shaking his head.
Then Karl left his job at the radio station, and we started doing podcasts together, and we got in the Guinness World Records. We've done about 230 million downloads.
Unbelievable.
And then HBO in America said we could make a show out of that, and so we have, and it's on its second series. We're making that at the moment, and it's been on HBO and Channel 4, and this is the DVD of the first season, 13 parts.
I think in many ways, someone like myself who's very up to speed on the business, and I love the business, as you know, animation sometimes passes me by.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really weird, which is why...
Well, I had that prejudice. When The Simpsons was on for about 5 years before I tuned into it, because I thought it's for kids. And then I realised it's the greatest
Brilliant.
show ever.
I know.
And again, with The Family Guy, people saying you watch The Family Guy, I thought, I've got The Simpsons. And I watched The Family Guy, and it's amazing. And now I can just watch one after another. And,
I was almost embarrassed that I wasn't aware of it, but then I suddenly thought, why don't I know about it? And I thought, it's purely the animation thing, isn't
Well,
it?
it's purely about Karl. It's called The Ricky Gervais Show, because I suppose I had the profile, certainly in America. But it's the Karl Pilkington Show. We just prod him and ask him questions. And in fact, I should shut up now. Karl, talk to Dale.
Well, no, I wanted to talk to Karl because you did not you look horrified. You did not disappoint, because one of the episodes I watched, it went off on this weird tangent. It was about finding a date for you and a camel, and how the camel came to be, why there are two and not one. It was this weird episode. You know what I'm talking about, Stephen?
Absolutely, yeah.
And Karl was sitting there, and in the animation, kind of almost being like having the mickey taken out of him. And I'm thinking, he's almost being bullied. He's not being bullied, but he's almost being the victim of his own situation.
Well, some people
here.
think that. They think that me and Steve are a couple of media types, and we found this little strange shaven chimp, and we just beat him up for our own amusement. But Karl...
Yeah, I mean, I it doesn't bother me. It's the first time since I've been able to say what's going on in my head. No, because I've got a girlfriend, and she doesn't want to hear stuff that I'm going on about. So in a way, I've now got a place to empty my head. And when I go home to her, I'm not hassling her anymore. I used to sort of say, what do you think of this? And, oh, did you know this? And she'd be like, oh, shut up. Whereas now...
Yeah, but you used to ask her a question. She'd wake up, you'd wait for her to open her eyes, which is weird anyway. He'd wait for her, in the morning she'd open her eyes and he'd say things like, did I tell you about the immune system? She'd go, not now, Karl. Or, one morning she woke up and he said, can the world fall? And she went, not now, Karl, I've got to go to work. So, and he makes her watch weird stuff on telly. But he just sees the world differently. He just has a different outlook.
Well, he is the star of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
The star of the show.
Well, he continues to surprise and amaze. I mean, we've been working together for quite a while. How long now, Karl, have we been working together?
It must be getting on for 7 or 8 years.
And the last time we did one of our podcasts, he just piped up that for a while his only friend was a calculator.
Yeah.
No. But that makes it sound mad.
Go on.
That's what these do. No, I was saying that ages ago my brother got married in Cornwall. We stayed in an haunted house. Proper... Are you a believer?
Yes. I'll work with you on this one, yeah.
Proper sort of...
What, you mean really haunted?
Really haunted.
You see, maybe Dale can stand in if Karl's not, because me and Steve don't believe in ghosts.
But anyway, fair enough, it was a haunted
That's
house.
what they say, so straight away I look daft, don't I? Because they're going, they don't exist, don't we?
Well, no, it's 2-2 at the moment. You're not outnumbered anymore, because he believes in them as well.
2-2.
Yeah.
2-2. So we're still on 2-2.
Yeah, go on.
Right, so anyway, I got left in because my mum and dad went to the local pub.
Right.
There's no telly, it's an old house. It's haunted. I'm sat there. All I had was a calculator, because they were trendy at the time in the 80s. And it was one that, when you hit the numbers, it played a tune. and I was
Was
playing.
it a Fisher-Price one?
I was playing The Good, the Bad, the Ugly,
Right, okay.
and they've taken that from when Carl was a kid. His only friend was a calculator.
Well, hang on a minute. Firstly, what's the haunted stuff got to do with anything?
But you can just paint
I thought
the
you were going to
picture.
say that the calculator started spelling out numbers
because
and
he had
words.
nothing to do in the haunted house, and he was playing his calculator.
I was
That's what he was
scared.
saying. That's what he was doing. He's occupying himself.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah.
There was no
Did your mum
telly.
say it was haunted as well?
Yeah, she saw
I'll
it.
tell you what we're going to listen.
I love that. It's haunted. We're off to the pub.
Now, I'll tell
There's
you
a
what.
calculator.
You fried my brain. I'm going to play a record and come back and have another chat. I'm going to play a record. It's Radio 2. 3 mad guys in the studio with me. More in just a moment. If you have just joined me, it's Steve Wright in the afternoon with Dale hosting, and I'm chatting to Karl Pilkington, Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. It's all to do with the complete first series, now on DVD, of The Ricky Gervais Show. Karl, how did you get to know these guys then? Because you come from... I never knew you existed until this.
I met him at a radio station. Like they say, I was just there to press the buttons. And it was my turn to work with the next people who came in, like the new presenters who came into the radio station.
But the first thing when we met, and I'm Ricky, this is Steve, went, all right, and he was sort of staring at Steve, and we were staring at him. I thought he looked weird. He thought Steve looked weird. So it was a good start, wasn't it?
Yeah. The first thing he did was the first thing hitting me on the head with a mobile phone to see what sound it made.
I think so, yeah. Or it was putting the bin lid on
the
your
bin
head.
lid on my head. Yeah.
Well, for a while, Dale, people thought, when they used to listen to that show, that Carl was an invention of ours, that he was an actor playing a role, because
you
some of
just
what
read
he
my
said was
mind.
so crazy.
So in other words, you are the real deal then? This is...
Yeah. But to me, I'm not anything anyway. I think I'm like most people in the world.
Well, they do say 10% make the world go round, 90% just follow.
There you go.
That's
And
what they say.
I'm just that.
How old are you? You asked me how old I am.
30,
Oh, he always does this. He has to work it out. He used to tell us when he was born, and we tell him.
37 now. No, because you don't get asked your age as you get older. It's something you do when you're a kid, isn't it? And kids go, how old are you? It's like, friendly talk, isn't it?
Do you know what's great, guys, about this interview? Is anybody listening to this interview will have to now go and find out what we're talking about.
No one's listening to the interview. They've turned over.
Because they will have thought, what the hell is that all about? That sounds fabulous.
Dale, if you were angling for Steve Wright's show, you ain't going to get it.
No, that's
I
it.
know, I know.
You've got to aim higher.
Did you bring in that press cutting? Did you bring it in, or did you leave it in there?
Oh, that was, yeah. I didn't walk around with it.
Well, there's a press cutting from The Independent today.
It was just the paper out there,
and it was an
and
advert for this, which just the DVD which just came out today, which is the complete first series, The Ricky Gervais Show. Everybody is raving about this, aren't they? This is like a must-buy.
Well, Seth MacFarlane, who created The Family Guy, said it was the best animation he's ever seen, which was so sweet. And, I think it's a bit over the top. Carl's not impressed with it. We did some sort of promotion for something, and we were saying, Carl, what do you think? He was going, yeah, it's all right. He said it doesn't get going to episode 3 or 4.
It's hard to sell something, though, isn't it? You've got to really believe
especially yourself. But what is interesting is these guys have been doing it a long while now. This is new for you.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Are you having...
No, not really.
No.
This is the worst bit for me.
Well,
I thought my work was done. When the animation was done, it was stick on a DVD. He's like, right, I walk away now. And it's like, oh no, you've got to get out there and flog it.
But he always moans. He always thinks,
moaning.
It is moaning.
He's not moaning.
Well, who do you think's going to say that? They've given you money.
But when... what's his name? Who did the steam engine? Stevenson's Rocket.
Yeah.
When he came up with that, he didn't then have to go around
Yeah,
on
but
radio
to be
shows.
fair, he came up with the steam engine. He didn't talk a load of twaddle.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, now it's all about the after stuff, isn't it? You've got to get out there and tell people about it and buy it and stuff, and it's all like, I don't want to be a salesman.
Listen, hang on a minute. Have you changed your job then? Are you no longer a radio engineer then?
No, I have to do this for a living.
That's when we started charging for it. He said, when we'd done about 1 million downloads, Carl said, can we charge £1 for it? So we did. So now he moans, he's unbelievable. He's never happy. He's never happy.
I'm happy now. It's just that I don't show off my emotions.
Well,
Do you know what he said?
Yeah.
When we got to about 200 million downloads, and we've got a show on American TV, Channel 4, it's being sold around the world, he's looking forward to working in B&Q in a couple of years. He said, I know where stuff is there.
Just because it's no hassle, is it? You know your job, you get up in the morning, you've got a time frame. All this going from one station to another.
I know,
Buy me DVD.
but Nigel, it's...
Who's Nigel?
No, sorry, Nigel, I'm trying to have that Carl.
That's amazing.
You see, even you don't believe in me.
You don't know what your job is, Dale, do you? You've got no idea. I think you should be down B&Q with Carl.
Carl, what I'm saying is, no, you're right. Carl,
funny.
what I wanted to say to you was, though, what is bizarre to people in our businesses, you're working with two of the finest in the entertainment world.
Media
And
giants.
Yeah, and we're talking global, not just England.
Matt Lucas and David Williams, apparently,
And-
according to him.
And stop it. And what I find absolutely jaw-dropping is when I say to you, here you are in this amazing situation. Without much effort, you've propelled yourself to national fame here and in America, and it's okay. And you're not that bothered about it.
Well, it's not what I wanted, really, is it? I mean, I went, I left school with an E in history. I didn't do that well at school. I left school early to get a job before everybody else left to get a job. You know what I mean?
Quarter to 4 instead of 4 o'clock.
I didn't go to school that much. I didn't like it. And now, I like doing the podcast with them because they tell me stuff. A lot of learning going on. He's quite a bright bloke, Ricky.
What about Steve?
Well, he's all right, but you know a lot more stuff that interests me.
Oh, okay.
So
animals. He's
Animal
fascinated by
facts.
science and
I
nature.
cannot wait to meet you in a year's time when you've
I
had
won't be
it.
doing this, honestly. Now I've done this once,
You
I want the
serious?
end of
Well, we're
this.
doing the second series.
Yes.
And we're sending around the world. We've got a new show coming to Sky in.
That's the thing that's
autumn.
pushed me over the edge.
Well, you'll meet him, Dale, because
This is not for real, is it? This
you'll
is
meet him because
honestly-
you'll be doing supermarket sweep and he'll be working there.
We're doing the shelves. Staying on the shelves.
We've sent him around the world, okay? He's just been to see the 7 Wonders of the World. It's called An Idiot Abroad. He didn't know about the title. We told him it was called Carpet with 7 Wonders. And then we sprung that on him in about episode 7. I think he's in Peru when I tell you that.
Yeah, just
So
come
it's
out
called-
the jungle.
Yeah, it's called Idiot Abroad, and he didn't enjoy it. He
Carl,
did not enjoy it. He's had to eat things that you shouldn't eat.
Injections, loads of injections.
What was the
don't-
worst place you've ever been?
India.
Why?
Shocking.
He means the poverty and
Yeah.
it's sort of
I
like.
love the
got
way
to
you
him a
finish
bit.
his sentences for him, because
I
you
didn't-
know what he means.
I don't want him to say India, shocking, rubbish, awful. He didn't mean that. He was hit by the poverty. 'cause
Yeah,
he
but
went-
what's great is
we
you
went to
know
the
him.
real. Well, we went to the real places. He really
Yeah.
was. He was taken
Was it?
aback, and it's at one point he nearly breaks down and runs away. It's amazing television. Most of the time he's moaning. China is. Oh, he had to eat toad in China, didn't you? You weren't happy that, were you?
That's weird.
He's scared he was get a taste to it. That was his fear. Before he went, he said, if I eat toad, what happens when I come back and I can't get toad? But you didn't get a taste for it, did you?
No, do you know, like, you can have something, can't you, that's new to you?
Yeah, I believe you should try
like
those
it.
things, yeah.
But
Not
it's just
doubt
that
with
thing.
him.
But just that thing
He's been all through all four.
in China, they eat anything, don't they?
Yes, they do.
If it's even,
If it moves,
if it moves, they eat it.
eat it.
You know.
I still don't know what's going on here, because you're
He's
too
real.
good.
He's real.
If you're acting, you've got an Oscar on the way, for sure.
But Dale, this is it. You've summed it up, really. This is the same reason
Who's
that
Oscar?
millions of people all over the world have just been hypnotised by him as well. This is the extraordinary thing. It's
fabulous.
Once you get a little taste of Carl, you want more. You want to find out what he's
No, I
like.
do. I want to take him home, put him on the shelf, keep him there. So
Yeah.
talk to me. The complete first series, The Ricky Gervais Show, out now. It's animated. And like we said earlier in the interview, I kind of didn't come to it because of that. It kind of like, well, I'll get to that at some point. It's never my priority.
But it's real
it should
conversations.
be.
That's the thing. It's real conversations.
should be.
They've cartooned.
And it's actually, it grabs you. It
Yeah.
absolutely grabs you. And the reviews have been phenomenal. Do not miss this opportunity, is all I will say. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you.
My pleasure.